This is Kent. Home to 350 miles of coastline, acres of chalk grassland, beautiful woodlands, dozens of rare species and people, lots of them. Kent's a big county, teeming with wildlife, nature and people. Our rich and varied landscape and surroundings are vital to our well-being, and we must look after them for future generations. We know that people are inspired by nature and being outdoors, and we know that experiencing nature can lift our spirits, whether this is taking a walk in the park, exploring the countryside, or just appreciating the nature on your doorstep. As human beings, we need to be connected with each other, and being outside, walking, taking in a view, exploring and having adventures is what makes us who we are. Nature needs people so that it can flourish. We must work hand in hand together in order to help it thrive. We must stand up for nature, because if we don't, who will? The variety of our coastal environment in Kent is extraordinary. We have the longest and most diverse coastline in the whole country, home to many species, with shingle shores, sandy beaches, dramatic cliffs and fascinating rock pools. Kent also hosts a mosaic of ancient chalk grassland which teems with wildflowers and insects, and this landscape is closer than we think to our homes, schools and our businesses. We believe that connecting people and wildlife is important, and showing people wildlife firsthand really is the way forward. Kent Wildlife Trust inspires children and young people, helping them to learn more about their environment. We work closely with individuals, organisations, communities, farmers and landowners to deliver value to the economy, to people and to wildlife. Wildlife in Kent faces many challenges, and there are uncertain times ahead. With increasing demands on the countryside and creeping urbanisation, our wildflowers, butterflies, birds and bees continue to fight for their place to live alongside us. As a wildlife charity, we do a variety of things. We inspire people to act in ways that benefit the natural world. Our planning team ensures that the most important wildlife is protected for future generations and that nature is integrated into urban development. We gather data and wildlife monitoring information to help us understand what's happening to the environment, and we look after wildlife areas for people to enjoy. We continue to do all of this because we care about our natural environment and Kent's countryside. We have a dedicated team of passionate staff and volunteers who are all working on behalf of our members to achieve great outcomes for wildlife and people. This is Kent.
We are Kent Wildlife Trust and the Wildwood Trust. We're a wilder partnership, and our dream project, which we hope the Dream Fund will support, is for a wilder Blean. So this is a first of its kind in the UK, where we're looking to bring back bison, a large grazing animal, into an English woodland to start restoring some of the natural processes that existed before man took on the management of a lot of these woodlands.
And the project's going to have many legacies. The main one is really, we want people to believe and understand and see that this solution works and that it's scalable and replicable all over the UK. Our national parks and wild spaces don't have the species in them that should be there. They're missing. And because those species are missing, we don't have these natural ecosystem engineers. This is a really innovative project that's going to engage huge numbers of people. It's providing a new solution to a really important systemic problem of loss of nature, loss of biodiversity, loss of habitat.
I think actually this is about reconnecting people as much as it is about restoring habitat and natural processes. We forget that what we had and what we experienced 30 years ago is gone. You just don't see that diversity of species, that number of species, just the sheer wonders that we used to see as children are not there anymore. And I want that back for my children and my grandchildren.